Hi, my name is Mrs. Dewald, and I'm an Algebra 1 teacher at the high school. I may or may not be your Algebra 1 teacher, but if I am not, your teacher will be having discussions with you soon about scheduling, and this is just to get you started, to think about the process. As much information as you can give your teacher, or me if I am your teacher, that will be helpful. So let me walk you through the form. And here, obviously, we need your name because we need to know who you are. And then the next thing that you will see on this form, it says, after successful completion of Algebra 1, you will have many options for next steps. It's crazy. You're going to Cassius and you have so many more opportunities than you probably already realize. And so we want to just make you aware of what some of those are and different pathways that you can take. So there are multiple options for what you can take next year. So think of yourself in the middle and you could be going in several different directions. What you need to consider when you're considering your future courses is what type of job or career do you want after high school? So we realize that many of you, most of you are in ninth grade and you might not know what you want to do yet. But any interests, anything that you think you might want to do, this would be helpful for your teacher to know so that when your teacher recommends you for a course and you suggest a course, we want them to match up. And so we want to give you the best advice possible. So any information here that you could give, please do. Do you want to continue your education in some way after high school? Some of these are going to overlap. Maybe you want to go into the military, but then you also want to go into a four-year college after you're out of the military using the GI Bill or some funding from the military, or you want to be an officer of some sort, or you want to go into a two-year college, but also a technical or trade school on top of that. There are multiple options, but just pick one of these. What do you think you want to do? And if high school graduation is your goal, just make sure you tell us that. It's a good goal to have, but we want to know, where are you in life? What are you thinking? What are your aspirations after high school? Or if you're not sure yet, you can tell us that too. The next two questions are about grades. What was your marking period 1 Algebra 1 grade and marking period 2 Algebra 1 grade? Just a general idea, A, B, C, D, or F. Your teacher already has this information, but it's nice to have this all in one place so when we're having a meeting, we can discuss this pretty quickly and have a really good idea of where should you go in the future years as far as coursework in math. Do you think that your current grades reflect your understanding? We are in a virtual world, and you are learning in ways that you have never learned before. You are spending a lot of time in Edgenuity and some other programs that you might not have experienced before. And so we just want to know, do you think your grades are representative of how much you know in Algebra 1? We want to set you up for success. And so if you know, you're like, you know what, my grade is lower than it should be, but I miss problems on quizzes every time and I just get frustrated and I don't redo them. But I think I actually understand the content. Tell us that. Or if you're saying, no, my grade is higher than it should be, maybe I check my work using a different site, or if I do, I said that very nicely, by the way, check my work doing a different site. There are some people that I know that are getting more assistance than probably what should be allowed. And then there are some people that are actually legitimately checking their work on other sites. So if you know that's you, maybe put, no, my grade is higher than it should be. And then you're allowed to explain down below. So no one is accusing you of anything or saying, oh man, I'm going to go change your grade based on this. This is just, we want an honest conversation of, no, I feel like I actually understand more than what my grade is, or my grade is actually less than what it should be for what I feel like I know. A lot of your success in future classes in this course, but also future courses, is based on just your work ethic, your determination to succeed in that class. In education, there's this buzzword of grit. If you have grit, if you are able to overcome obstacles, if you work hard even when situations are not ideal. So I want to know, what is your work ethic in math class? Do you say, I do what I can to pass? Or do you think you give your best effort in all days, or somewhere in between? Okay, here's the hard part. And this is the part you need to think about. What do you want to take as your next math class? And so this does not guarantee that this is what you're taking. It's just, what is your thought right now? Traditional routes, as far as getting your 4 math credits that are necessary to graduate, with all the other credits from other subject areas that are necessary, but you need 4 in math. If you took a double period Algebra 1 this year, that would be 2 math credits that are done in order to complete that requirement for graduation. You would need 2 more between now and your senior year. So from Algebra 1, the most traditional paths are either to go to geometry or Algebra 2. Whether you choose in like the typical geometry Algebra 2 without the honors distinction or honors depends a lot on your grades, your work ethic, and what you want to do after high school. If you plan to go to college in some math field or math related fields, you want to be thinking about the honors route. If you are thinking, my goal is to go into college, but maybe it's some other path. Like I just need to make sure that I hit Algebra 2 to make sure that I can be prepared for college work later. Then you want to maybe go geometry, Algebra 2 without the honors distinction. But maybe you want to go and you say, you know what, I'm just sick of math for right now, the traditional math, and I want to go to mathematical approach to problem solving. This class is more project based and it would allow you different opportunities than what maybe you would have had just in Algebra 1. And then you can pick back up and either choose geometry or Algebra 2 your senior year, or a computer science course or something else. If you choose computer programming or computer science A, probably you're not going to be at the AP Computer Science A, but it is there as a possibility, or conceptual statistics. These two are not traditional pathways. So you'd have to have, if you were planning on that, you'd have to have something very specific in mind as your career or college goals that you would maybe consider talking to us about. So traditional options are more geometry, Algebra 2. And if you're planning on taking pre-calculus, either go honors geometry, honors Algebra 2, and then pre-calculus, like it goes in that succession that you want Algebra 2 sooner to when you take pre-calculus. If you want honors geometry and honors Algebra 2 at the same time and you have room in your schedule next year, that's a possibility. So you could choose more than one course if you really would like to advance in math and make sure that you're able to take some of those upper level courses that this school offers. So this is just, what way are you leaning right now? This is not your decision, just what way are you leaning? And you can see there's some information down here. And then you can see there's check boxes, so you can do more than one. And then here, computer program and statistics are non-traditional. So if you're interested in having a further conversation, just indicate that, so then we make sure that your teacher has that conversation with you. Okay, last but not least, if there's anything that you want to add about scheduling, please do that. If you just have questions and you say, I'm not really sure what I want to do, write that down so we know. If you want general feelings about math, if you know something that hasn't been asked on this sheet, but you are curious about it, please advocate for yourself and ask those questions so that you can have meaningful conversations with your teacher as you prepare to schedule. Thanks so much for listening. I really appreciate you, and I appreciate the time that you're putting in. I'm super excited to be a Cassius teacher because I get to teach students like you. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye.